So X is the feature vector, or we can say feature matrix. When it is 753 rows, we have 8 columns. So it is a 753 into 8 matrix. X is a matrix, and Y is the corresponding label. Then we will split it into 0.33. You can use any value, but here we are using 0.33 as a splitting point. That is 33% of training and remaining 77 point. 77 for training and 33 for testing. Then we include the necessary packages. We are using SVC. You can even try with logistic regression or any other classification. K nearest neighbor is there, naive bias is there. You can try any classification model. Here I am using SVC, random for support vector classifier. Then create a classifier model. Train the model using fit function. So the model get trained on this model, this data set. It is ready. Now you are predicting the value, you are testing the value using X test. The difference is that while you are training, you are giving both training data as well as a label, corresponding label. But in prediction, you are just giving the value, you will get the corresponding value as predicted. This is the predicted value. And predicted value is this one. You can test the accuracy between the actual model and the predicted model. You will give both. This some portion is cut as not visible here. The input is both the predicted value as well as the actual value. So based on the input values, that is parameter actual and predicted values, it will compute the accuracy. This is a low accurate model. 66.14 is the corresponding accuracy. Now we are trying to implement the same problem. We are going to approach the same problem in a neural using a neural network classifier. Okay, that is our target. So the approach, the steps is very same, the very similar one, but we are using a neural network. The only difference is that instead of using support vector, we are trying to use a neural network based model. Okay, let's start. So import necessary packages. There are convention. In Python you can import whenever required. When you require package, you can import the package at that point. It is also fine. But if you are following C-like convention, if you are comfort with that kind of approach, you can import all necessary packages first in the beginning of the code itself. That is also fine. But if you are using notebook kind of application, it is better. You can import the necessary package at that stage also. That is also fine. Here we are first importing all the necessary packages. The data set is represented by CSV file that we are using is diabetes.csv. So it is a CSV file. In order to process the data, we require pandas. Then the metrics are there, so we need NumPy. If we are interested in visualization, we can use this one. And some scikit functionalities are required, like cross validation and accuracy calculation matrices are there. Some important necessary packages, other packages you can import. From Keras, you require sequential models. Then dense layer is required. Layers, from layers you can import dense. If you are if you want CNN, you can import keras.layers import convolutional, or if you want RNN, you can import keras.layers import RNN. Every features are there inside the layer class. You have many types of layers available, so you can just import the corresponding layer. Here I am using dense layer because it is a simple feed forward network. Every neurons get in the adjacent layers get connected. Then we need one more function to convert the output variable to categorical variable. So categorical values there. Load the data. Diabetes.csv is the data set. We are loading the data here. DF. So it is a data frame. So PD is the corresponding alias for pandas. Pandas.pd as PD. We imported pandas as PD. So PD dot read underscore CSV is the corresponding function. It will read the data frame, the CSV file into a data frame. Data frame is data structure that is used for structured data. We can see we can see what is the shape of the data, the size of the data. It has 768 rows and 9 columns. So, and there is a function called describe that is used to get a statistical summary of the data set. Especially when we are giving a numerical data set like height, weight, some counts, we can describe them the data set statistically using the function called df dot describe. We will get a summary of the data set. That the summary variables are count, that is total number of count in each feature, then mean of each feature, standard deviation of each feature, minimum value, maximum value, and percentile value at different quantiles like 25 percentile, 50 percentile, and 75 percentile. So these are the different values. This is a statistical summary of the data set. That is important when we are moving to some missing value calculation or something. If you want to replace this with median or mean, we can use this summary, statistical summary. This is part of know your data, the first step in every data mining, know your data better. This is just repetition. We have already seen this level. Then these are the columns. You can get the columns name by simply list the data frame, list of data frame that will give a list of the corresponding column names, or you can use df dot column to get the column names. There are different options to get the same result, but simply we can use list of data frame to get the variable names. Here pregnancy, glucose, blood pressure, that is the outcome of diabetics based on some clinical values. That is the data set description. Then we are going to extract them into two steps, that is features and label. Here the feature is outcome, that is a target column, and predictors, that are the variables. The features are the entire data set minus the outcome. In the earlier case, we just drop the column. The similar effect, we will just take a set operation. In Python, we have a data structure called set, that is normal set of elements. So the advantage is that set does not have any repetition. It is a collection of unique elements. So a given list you can convert into a unique set, a collection of unique elements. Then you can perform the set operation like minus, subtraction, addition, union, intersection, or set, whatever set operation you have, you can apply the set operation on that collection. So here we are just simply using a set operation. We subtract the set operation sets, two sets, and we will take the predictors and we normalize them by the maximum value. We all column will be, because if you print the first few data in the data set, you can see there are huge difference between the values belongs to different ranges. So in order to normalize the value, you can apply some normalization technique. Here we use simple technique. We just divided by the maximum value, or you can use min-max normalization or logarithmic normalization. That depends on the data, but here we are simply dividing by the maximum value. Now you can see the description. So the range become normal, because all values are become 0 to 1. So this is normalized. And we take the target value. Here the target values are there. The x is the feature value, x is the feature matrix, and y is the corresponding label vector. So the next step is split the data set. As in the previous case, you can split them into two sets. The set size is 0.3 I have used here. So 30% for testing and remaining 70% for the training. So the size is 537 records used for training, and remaining 231 used for testing. 8 features are there, and the training labels and testing labels we converted into categorical value, because it is normally 0 and 1. So we'll convert into a one-hot representation. So it will be a two-dimensional vector, as we did in the case of handwritten recognition, handwritten digit recognition. We converted into a 10 class hot vector, 10 class vector. Here we are converting into the corresponding 2 class vector. So it have 2 classes, 0 and 1. Okay. So we have loaded the data. We have divided into some training and tested. We did some pre-processing. We analyzed the data. Now now the next step is we have to create the model. So again, we have to create a neural network. As in the previous example, we are not specifying the input dimension. We are input layer explicitly. We are starting with the hidden layer. We have one layer here. This is the first hidden layer. It have 12 nodes, and the activation function used is ReLU, and the input dimension is 8 because we have 8 features. So we will create a single separate node for each feature. So 8 features. So each record will be given to the input during the training or testing. We will give each feature into one node. And the first hidden layer have 12 nodes, and the activation function we have used is ReLU. Followed by that hidden layer, the second hidden layer has 100 nodes. We are just putting some number. There is no convention. We are just trial and error method. You can do it more systematically. That is, you can say the numbers getting increased, then reduced to some values. That depends on the data. Here, I just created one layer with 100 nodes. There is no other point of creating this one. And finally, the output layer that have two classes, either 0 or 1. So I put a model with two neurons. And the output is a probability distribution. So we use softmax function. Otherwise, you can use single neuron in the output layer. Sorry. You can use a single neuron and use a sigmoid function. So it will give a value. You can fix a threshold. If the value is above 0.5, it is a positive class. If it is below, it is a negative class. That also possible. So there are different way to reach the same goal. Here I am using two neurons in the output layer. So neural network is ready. The model is ready. You can print the summary. You can check how many parameters to be learned. If you want, you can change the number of neurons, but this should be correct. That should be the connection. You cannot put more than 8 or less than 8 to take the 8 input output, because 8 features are there, so there should be 8 neurons in this layer, and weights and bias will be initialized randomly. Then you can compile the model. Here the optimizer is ADAM, adaptive learning. Then loss function we are using again cross entropy, and the metrics used for the evaluation is accuracy. We compile the model, fit the model, that is train on the data set X train and Y train with 20 epoch. You will get the values here and make the prediction. So you will get a 77. In the classic model, when you use support vector machine on the data set, you got accuracy of 0.66. But when we use neural network for classification, it is increased to 0.77. We can again even increase them into much higher use by fine tuning the model. We are just randomly pick one neural network. Even a simple random neural network will learn better than this SVC. You can compare the models like this, and even you can fine tune both models. SVC also you can fine tune by changing the kernels or some parameters. Here also you can change the number of layers, number of neurons, the activation function, optimizer function, and try differently. And you can try to improve the accuracy. The simplest model will give random simplest model give this 0.7 accuracy on both, and the test set accuracy is also 0.73. That is much higher compared to the SVC model. So this is one more example. You can try this on a this is actually a structured data. How we are processing a structured data. In the previous case, image is not fully structured. They are normally an unstructured or probably a semi-structured data. When it comes to text, it becomes more unstructured and it become more complex. But this is very simple example. We have provided with a simple structured data, a table like data. So if you have table like data, like the weather data or students mark or some performance sale in the sale performance in a market, or some product history, whatever it is, you can use this kind of model. The same model, you can follow the same pipeline. The difference will be the number of layers, the neural network architecture. but other the procedure will be same for creating, for analyzing that kind of data. Okay, I already shared this data. So you can try it your own, and if you find any difficulty, we can discuss.